Alex Harvey.
Hey.
And the beautiful bride, Gineille.
Yes.
See, I like to get 2 rounds of applause in.
She's in a dress that matches my necklace.
That sounds like a song.
If you got to think about it, don't even bother trying. If you got to think about it, don't even waste your time. If you can get it down to 3 little words, well, that'll be a real good sign. If you got to think about it, don't even bother trying. You say you need a little time to figure out the way you feel. Well, what does a little time mean if your love is real? Say you need to cogitate about whether you can or can't. But can you really sit down and figure out what it is and what it ain't? If you got to think about it, don't even bother trying. If you got to think about it, don't even waste your time. But if you get it down to 3 little words, that'll be a real good sign. If you got to think about it, don't even bother trying. No need to go through a whole lot of unnecessary pain.
Well,
If you do, you're liable to drive your pretty self insane. Can't you look me in the eye and know you're mine? But are you too scared to look, afraid what you might find? If you got to think about it, don't even bother trying. If you got to think about it, don't even waste your time. But if you get it down to 3 little words, that'll be a real good sign. If you got to think about it, don't even bother trying. I'm telling you now the truth. If you got to think about it, don't even bother trying. If you got to think about it, don't even waste your time. But if you get it down to 3 little words, well, that'll be a real good sign. How many of y'all have been in that situation? I'm serious now. And somebody's sitting there going, well, I don't know, I gotta get me down, it sounds like how come a twelve like what it sounds like some kind of a foreign blah blah.
yeah, right.
I wondered why I couldn't hear my guitar. Okay, we'll have to do that one again. If you got
Lord mercy.
Anybody told me I would lose my job. Anybody said I'll be standing in this line. I told them they was crazy. I'd have told them they were blind. I would say you are mistaken, but I just woke up to find I ain't got no place to hide. Lord, stuck here on a downhill slide. I'll be glad when I hit bottom, I can look back up again. I know the winter's coming and my shirt is white thin. I got a head like an airplane, just flew through my mind. A hole in the pocket where I kept my last dime. Please excuse my wounded pride, I'm stuck here on a downhill slide. Sure has got me rainbows. Rain has got to fall. Takes a true believer to keep on walking tall, Lord. But I can beat the reaper if I don't lose my mind. Just tell me when it's over that the sun is gonna shine. My daddy told me trouble, son, won't hound an honest man. And the closest thing to godliness is working with your hands. I could be so happy if I had me some work to do, instead of waiting for a handout that cuts me through and through. I ain't the kind to take a free ride. I'm stuck here on a downhill slide. Ring, 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 ring the chapel bells. Let me hear the gospel so I don't go to hell, Lord. Let me lay down with the crazy, drink the mad dog wine. Tell me when it's over that the sun is gonna shine. I ain't the kind to take a free ride, Lord. I'm just stuck here on a downhill. I got a new book called Texas 101. I'd usually have one on the stage with me. I don't seem to have one now. I don't know who could be responsible for that.
Look at that.
Let me have, throw it up here. Throw it. Just throw it.
Oh,
Throw
Lord. Oh, Lord.
it. You. Oh! You're going home with us. Texas 101, what every non-native needs to know. Okay. Now, when you have people come from out of state to your house, and they don't exactly know how Texans do it, it gives you a little bit of ill, but you can't say anything. Okay? All right. The answer to that problem is this book. Because what you do is you put this on the back of the commode. Each one is about a 5-minute story. That's about. So they'll come in and they'll find out, what the real deal is. What the real deal is. And there's truth in here that some Texans don't really know. There's real truth in here that the Texans don't know. For instance, and I told somebody this. I'm sorry you're going to hear it again. That at the Battle of the Alamo, okay, Travis was the head of the army at the Battle of the Alamo, as you know. Travis was a West Point guy, and Travis found out that Sam Houston was going to come take over the army. Now he's at the Alamo. Not only that, Travis is taking mercury for venereal disease, and it has made him crazy. Okay? Put those two things together for Mr. Travis, okay? The head of the army, and that's who's the head of the army. Okay? Now, you got Bowie over here, just had his 2 sons murdered and his wife, and he's staying drunk on the cot. Okay? You got Travis, venereal disease, Bowie, drunk on the cot.
Wow.
Well, the Tennessean was about the only one you could count on, Daniel. He was the one that played the fiddle all the time for you. But you know, that was what was going on. So anyway, Sam Houston found out before he got to the Alamo. He was going to the Alamo, but he found out that urea was on the way, and urea, of course, went and demolished the Alamo. So Sam Houston took a hard left and went to San Jacinto. Okay? Now I'm just telling you what's in the book. I hope you don't get discouraged or bored. But so he's going to San Jacinto, and he gets down to San Jacinto and takes his 1,700 guys across the bridge. 1,700 guys who he had taught to shoot himself. Not shoot him, but he had taught them, he had taught them how to be soldiers. And Sam Houston damn well knew how to be a soldier. So anyway, he took his guys back to the back of that island, and he just had nothing but water behind him. The river was behind him. So he camped out there, knowing full well that Santa Anna was coming with 7,000. 7,000 against 1,700. And he camped out on the back of the island so his boys couldn't get away. What? I mean, am I telling you anything that you ain't heard before? Yep. So anyway, here comes Santa Anna and his 7,000. And he knows full well that Sam Houston is down there with 1,700. And he said, man, let's party. We got them. In the morning, we will demolish them. We will make them look like peanut butter. So anyway, they started a party. Well, when they started the party, what did Sam Houston do? He sent 12 girls across the bridge. Need a little help, Santa Anna. Santa Anna had a huge ego. I don't know if you know. I know you've heard stories about Santa Anna. And Santa Anna would do just about anything if you'd flatter him. Anyway, so sent the girls, and Santa Anna said, let's party. We got them in the morning. We will take care of this job in the morning. We're all tired. Let's just have fun and drink a little bit and do what else is necessary. I'm not going to tell you what else is necessary. But anyway. So anyway, they began to party. So Sam Houston has got this idea. Well, how are we going to do this? He was going to go that night. And he said, no, let's let him get real drunk and have a good hangover. So he went at 2:30 the next day. Now, Sam Houston goes across the island single file with his men, and not abreast like all the Army guys fought. Not this way, but he went this way. He got up, and there's a big hill. There was a hill right before you get over to see where you could see, and you were in gun range of Santa Ana. Sam Houston knew all this. So when he comes up over the hill, he hadn't been seen until he gets up over the hill, and they begin to shoot at these guys with hangovers. So how many guys did Sam Houston lose? 8. Yeah, I already told you that a while ago. I know who you are. Yeah, that's exactly right. He lost 8 out of 1,700, and no telling. I never really heard a number on Santa Ana, but there was a lot of them drowned trying to get away. But anyway, that's Texas 101, and it's got some fun things. 5-minute, they're bathroom stories. There you go. This next song is a song that was a hit for me in the same year by 2 different artists, a country artist and a pop artist, and it was a #1 by both artists. One of the artists was
Cimarron,
and the other artist was
Glazer Brothers, and Lobo. 3.
Lobo. 3. Actually, there were 7 singles of this song altogether.
I wasn't born
so who
then,
are the
so
others?
all I know is those guys.
It's amazing what makeup will do in it.
You just wait.
That's very cute. It ring, telephone ring. Somebody said, baby, what you doing? you and me. Oh yeah. No need fighting about pain we can't recall. It don't matter now at all, baby. Just come on home, sugar baby. We'll laugh and sing and we'll make love. Let that telephone ring. Oh yeah. Say ring a ring, doorbell ring, baby come on in. Got James Taylor on the stereo. Yeah, I'm glad you come around, 'cause I've been feeling down. Talking to Tony and my Mario. Oh yeah. You know they make good conversation. Still it ain't much consolation, baby. 'Cause I got love and I baby wanna give you some. Somebody come, let that doorbell ring. Say ring, ring, golden ring, around the sun, around your pretty little finger. Oh yeah. Say ring, ring, the voices ring with a happy tune. Anybody can be a singer. Oh yeah. Sun come up across the city, and I swear you never looked so doggone pretty. Hey, 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 hey. And then upon the sand, the preacher man and all my friends, let the wedding bells ring. Oh yeah. Sitting there upon the sand with the preacher man and all our friends, let the wedding bells ring. Oh, let the wedding bells ring. Let the wedding bells ring. We lost Chris Ledoux about 3 years ago. I don't know if y'all miss him like I miss him. I was on the road with him the last year of his life. And he was probably the finest Texas gentleman that I ever knew, and I knew a lot. Coach Darrell Royal comes in a good, strong second. But Chris Ledoux always got on that bus when he was singing. He always got on that bus with his 2 boys and his wife. He didn't go anywhere without his family. And that's the way it should be. I don't think that's the way most people in show business see it. But that is the way it should be. And I love Chris Ledoux with all my heart. He said, Alex, I want to sing that song of yours. He said, I don't have much longer to go in this world, I don't think. He said, I just want to sing that song of yours, my last song, if that's possible. I said, hey, knock it out of the park, baby. We're a fun-loving crowd, tacky and loud. Our jukebox won't play no sad song. So don't come in here, don't cry in your beer, 'cause we don't care about a who done who wrong. We got a $5 fine for whining. We tell you before you come in, if it ain't on your mind to have a good time, y'all come back and see us again. See, we don't really care about your clothes or your hair. This party is open to all. We like a good joke. Oh yeah, and it's okay to smoke. We got just one rule on the wall. Help us out, will you? We got a $5 fine for whining. tell you before you come in. We tell you before you come in. If it ain't on your mind to have a good time. If it ain't on your mind to have a good time. Will y'all come back, see us again? Y'all are just like a choir. I think too many fools make too many rules. That's one thing you can't say about us. We all get along. Yes, and we know right from wrong. Only one thing that kind of causes a little bit of a fuss. What is it, y'all? We got a $5 fine for whining. We tell you before you come. If it ain't on your mind to have a good time. If it ain't on your mind to have a good time. Well, y'all come back, see us again. We got a $5 fine for wine. Tell you before you come in. We tell you before you come in. If it ain't on your mind to have a good time. If it ain't on your mind to have a good time. Now look, we really sorry your dog died.
Right.
And we really hope that you can get over it. But please, why don't you go home and get over it?
Get over it.
If it ain't on your mind to have a good time, y'all come back and see us again. Yeah. I mean, how many times have you wanted to say to somebody that, you know, just, yeah. If it ain't on your mind to have a good time, really, we can do without you.
Go home.
Hey, Alex. Could I?
What do we do now?
I was just gonna. I want everybody to meet one of the reasons that I exist and I'm who I am, and that's Thelma Joe is right up here.
Thelma Joe.
She's the lady that raised me.
I think the next song I'm going to write is going to be called Thelma Joe. She was with him from the time he was 6 years old until he graduated from high school.
5 years old.
5 years old. Until he graduated from high school. And if you see anything in him that he's learned, to be a gentleman, to love people, you can name the top 10. The top 10 that come from the 10 Commandments. That's where he got it. Right here.
Sweet.
Right here. Yes, ma'am. What?
I would like to thank Randy and everyone for inviting me here. He had good parents, but they stayed on the road all the time because they run a place called Diaper Jeans, and they were salesmen for their own company. And they would trust me with him for weeks at a time. So that's when he said I raised him. And I think I did a good job.
Hang on, say it one more time.
I raised him, and then after I stopped working for them, I raised my son. I had a son.
Oh, sweet.
And I'm proud of both of them.
Oh,
I'm their
sweet.
son.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. I'm going to sing this song just for you. I've been living in the darkness all my life. I've been paying no attention to you. Blinders on my eyes when I finally hit the bottom. Had no friends to call, and look who just turned out to be my dearest friend of all. Oh, Jesus, you love me anyway. My sweet Jesus, you love me anyway. Now I know you always have, even when I lost my faith. Oh, Jesus, you love me anyway. Yeah, oh, Jesus, you love me anyway. I pretend sometimes to know you just for show. I've been known sometimes to witness in a voice too soft and low. Even when I fail in my attempts to be like you, I know I disappoint you, Lord, but your love stays strong and true. Oh, Jesus, you love me anyway. My sweet Jesus, you love me anyway. Now I know you always have, even when I lost my faith. Oh, my Jesus, you love me anyway. Yeah, oh, Jesus, you love me anyway. My Jesus, you love me anyway. My sweet Jesus, you love me anyway. I'm just a lowly sinner, Lord. I'm afraid to know the truth, but I remember what you told them. You said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus, you love me anyway. My sweet Jesus, you love me anyway. Now I know you always have, even when I lost my faith. Oh, my Jesus, you love me anyway. Hey, oh, Jesus, you love me anyway. Oh, I love you, Lord. I do love you, Lord. I will give you all my life. I will give you all my love. Oh, I love you, Lord. I do love you, Lord. I will give you all my life. I will give you all my love. I will trust you, Lord. I will trust you, Lord. I will hear you in the night when you speak to me in silence. In the silence, Lord. In the silence, Lord. I will hear what you say. I will know how you feel. I will love you, Lord. I will love you, Lord. I will love you, Lord. Yeah. when I run across somebody who's not a believer, who doesn't think like I do or we do, I just say to them, just try this, okay? Read nothing but the red words. Leave the Old Testament alone. Leave the New Testament black words, the explanations alone. And just read what Christ said. If you can't realize how much Christ loves you by reading those words, then you might as well go on and go to hell.
Well then.
I love saying that. Oh, Lordy. There's 21 divorcees in town, the last I knew. Well, look at there, who just walked in. Number 22. Number 22. She's looking straight at you, like she might have your welfare on her mind. Number 22 ain't got that much to do. Say she just left old number 2 behind. She's only got 3 children, 2 in diapers still. You know she must get lonesome in that big house on the hill. Her ex-husband teaches kung fu, and he is mean and pretty tall. But with that new restraining order, he probably won't bother her at all. Number 22, she's looking straight at you, like she might have your welfare on her mind. Number 22 ain't got that much to do, saying she just left old number 2 behind. Looks good in that halter top, runs 4 miles every day. She says exercise and diet just melted the pounds away. If that mini skirt gets higher, ain't no telling what we'll see. But I know you wasn't looking.
And you know I wasn't looking.
You can blame it all on him. Number 22, she's looking straight at you, like she might have your welfare on her mind. Number 22 ain't got that much to do, saying she just left old number 2 behind. Never know, it could be love, might be worth a shot. You know, you've got to find out, buddy, if it's love or not. And if it's only rebound love, it sure won't take too long. But even if she breaks your heart, it'll make a real good song. Number 22, well, she's looking straight at you, like she might have your welfare on her mind. Number 22, I ain't got that much to do, saying she just left old number 2 behind. Number 22, she's looking straight at you, like she might have your welfare on her mind. Number 22 ain't got that much to do, since she just left old number 2, that's French, you know, behind. Lord have mercy. I just read a brand new book called
I don't know.
Log of a Cowboy.
Oh.
Log of a Cowboy, written by Andy Adams in 1904. And even though it was written about a trail ride from Texas to Montana with 7,000 cattle in 1904, it's still published by 8 different publishers. Now think about it. This is 1904, and this is 2020 almost. And it's still published. Now what would you think about that? Well, it has to be a pretty good piece of writing, I'm going to tell you. And I'll tell you why it's a good piece of writing. And if you are wanting to be a writer or you do write, you got to know one thing about writing. It has to come from the Holy Spirit. It can't just come from your head. Many people just keep writing and they think they're just going to think it up. But you don't think it up. You feel it up. You feel it up. And because this book touched me so much, because I knew it was the truth. It was the truth about a real trail riding cowboy, and he wrote about every day and every night. And it was the truth in his language. And I adored the book, and I read it. I've read it now probably 20 times. I learn something new every time I read it. This was the first song that came from the book. Dust devils dance to the tune of the wind. Light of the camp flickers low. The cattle were restless, they're quiet for now. It's a long way, tomorrow we'll go. Before we ever reach one drop of water, fear some won't get through the day. I never prayed hard for rain tonight, for the Pecos is so far away. Sleep well tonight, little doggy. Hey, it's been such a long, dusty day, and it may be your last night for dreaming, for the Pecos so far away. I've been with these cattle a mighty long time. I can call every one by his name. That old brindle bull I delivered myself, and I got him marooned on this range. Till he's charging ahead without one complaint, never want to go back on his word. He's bound and determined to get to the Pecos 10 steps ahead of the herd. Sleep well tonight, little doggy. Hey, it's been such a long, dusty day, and it may be your last night for dreaming, for the Pecos is so far away. You know, that old brindle has fathered some mighty fine soldiers. They'd follow him straight into hell. I know he must know what a bad shape we're in, but by his spirit you never could tell. So God, if you're listening, I sure hope you are. Grant us one favor, I pray. We don't ask for much, just one cloud of water, for the Pecos is so far away. Sleep well
Sleep well
tonight, little doggy. Hey, it's been such a long, dusty day, and it may be your last night for dreaming, for the Pecos is so far away. Sleep well tonight, little doggy. Hey, it's been such a long, dusty day, and it may be your last night for dreaming, for the Pecos is so far away, for the Pecos is so far away. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I make that movie in my mind every time I sing that song. I really do. And I don't know. I just love Texas so much. And I love cowboying so much. In fact, I'm going to sing you a song now. This is a song about sweet Mother Texas. Trail riding cowboy has made his last ride. Somehow it makes me feel lonesome inside. He stood for the strongest, he stood for the best. He told the mark always when put to the test. It's good to remember the heart we've come from. For the loving and loyal I beat on the drum. Vaqueros and red men who all came before, now ride through the sagebrush no more. We are children of sweet Mother Texas. We know in our hearts we are one. Children of sweet Mother Texas, we carry the torch of the sun. We all carry the torch of the sun. You spell sun S-O-N. If I reach out to you, you reach out to me. We care for each other, we'll always be free. For we know the same mother who taught us the way. She's the one that we stand for today. I'm singing this song for you, Mother. We're all children of sweet Mother Texas. We know in our hearts we are one. We're all children of sweet Mother Texas. We carry the torch of the sun. We all carry the torch of the sun. Did you feel a little bit about the times back then?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. You know how it's beautiful, and I don't mean to embarrass you by talking straight to you, but I'm going to tell you that I love you to death in the first place, and I just met you. First of all. Second of all, I see your heart so clear and plain. And I know that your heart never thinks or considers anything that's negative or bad. You always see the best side.
Amen.
And you always have. And he sees what you saw. And it's just amazing. I just wish all mommies in this world could learn. And a lot of them do. I'm not saying anything against that at all. This is a song I wrote about my mother. Unfortunately, my mother took her own life when I was 15. And the day before she did that, I told her that we were going to go be on television with my little rock and roll band. And she said, "Alex, I want to go with you." I said, "Mom, I'm afraid you can't go." She said, "Why?" I said, "I'm afraid that you'll embarrass me." We went that next day and we did that television show, and we came home and we were slapping each other on the back, and we were just talking about how big we were going to be tomorrow. They dropped me off at the high school and I'm waiting for somebody to come pick me up. Darkness came and nobody was there. Just at sundown, this big old Plymouth rounded the corner. It was my Sunday school teacher and the lady that played organ for me in the church when I sang. Her name was Miss Lottie Kate Estes. And she rolled down the window and she said, "Alex, get in." I said, "Miss Lottie Kate, something's wrong. Where's Mama?" She said, "Alex, just come on, get in." I said, "I'm not getting in till you tell me where Mama is." She said, "Alex, your mama died today." I said, "Died? She wasn't old enough to die." She said, "Alex, your mama took her own life." And I broke up and got in the back seat. See, my daddy came from a pretty good family in West Tennessee. My mama came from Mississippi. She was a sharecropper's daughter. She couldn't use the right English. They looked down their nose at her like she was a foreigner. Then my dad got tuberculosis and went to the hospital. And she was left with our little country store to run it by herself. I thought it was me that caused her to kill herself. But it was about 20 years later that I was in a friend's house in Los Angeles trying to learn how to write songs. I thought my mama came in that room in a rocking chair flying around the top of that ceiling. And she was laughing. I said, "Mama, what are you laughing about?" She said, "Alex, you're just too ridiculous." I said, "What do you mean by that?" She said, "You want to be a songwriter, you want to be a creative person, and you're carrying pain around with you. Don't you understand that nothing can overcome that pain? Don't you understand that until you understand you are only responsible for yourself, you're not responsible for me? I took my life on my own. I just was tired of being there. So get over it now." In the 7 minutes that followed, I wrote this song.
Delta What's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? Did I hear you say he would meet you here today to take you to his mansion in the
She's 41 and her daddy still calls her baby. All the folks around Brownsville say she's crazy, 'cause she walks downtown with a suitcase in her hand. They say she's looking for some mysterious dark-haired man.
In a younger day, they called her Delta Dawn. Prettiest woman you ever laid your eyes on. When a man of low degree stood by her side and promised her he was gonna take her to be his bride.
Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose? Days gone by. And did I hear you say he would meet you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. I think y'all are wanting to help me sing this song. Come on now, here we go. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he would meet you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. You know, I wish I could give everyone in here a little present today. And if I could give everyone in here a little present that was the most special present I could think of, you know what it would be? That you wrote a song everybody knows the words to the chorus. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he would meet you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he would meet you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. And did I hear you say he would meet you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. And the choir came in just at the right time. Y'all are too good. Y'all are making me not want to leave. And I don't know if that's good or bad. It'd be bad for some people, I know. When I was a little boy, we had a little country store, and my mom and dad didn't get along sometimes. I know some of you have all had the same things happen to you in your life, and you can relate. And when they didn't quite get along, and they were fussing and arguing and cursing sometimes, and I just didn't I couldn't stand it, and so I would go across the cotton field to a little blacksmith shop. Two old black men ran, Mose DeBerry and Wesley Watkins, and they would beat out plowshares, and they would shoe horses, and I can still smell those coals when they put them horseshoes in the coals, and they started airing it up, and the smell it was such a beautiful smell to me. I can still remember that. And as I got older, I wanted to be thankful for all the things that happened good to me in my life, and that was one of them. My dad was a really good man too. There's lots of things that were good about my life. Don't get the idea that I had a bad life. I didn't. I really didn't have a bad life. I mean, with all the stuff that went on. But those two old black men, Wesley Watkins and Walter DeBerry, meant a whole lot to me, and still do. And I remember Wesley Watkins used to drive. He had a wagon with car wheels on it, and closest town was 15 miles away. And every Saturday he would get in that wagon and drive those mules down to Henning, Tennessee, and hang out and do whatever he was going to do. He was always back home before dark, though. And that's just the way they were. And that's just what they did to my heart. So anyway, this song is in memory of them. Reuben James, you still walk the furrowed field of my mind. The faded shirt, the weathered brow, the calloused hands upon the plow. I love you then, I love you now. Reuben James. Reuben James, in my song you live again. Phrases that I rhyme are just footsteps out of time, from the time when I knew you, Reuben James. Reuben James, folks around Madison County cuss your name. Just a no-count sharecropping field hand, he'll steal anything he can. Yeah, they always lay the blame on Reuben James. Reuben James, you still walk the furrowed field of my mind. Faded shirt, the weathered brow, calloused hand upon the plow. I love you then and I love you now, Reuben James. Flora Gray, gossip of Madison County, died with a child. Although his skin was black, he was the one that didn't turn you back on a hungry white child known named Reuben James. Reuben James, your mind on my soul and the Bible in your right hand. Sit, turn the other cheek. There's a better world waiting for the meek boy. In my mind, these words remain from Reuben James. Reuben James, still walk the furrowed field of my mind. Faded shirt, the weathered brow, callous hand upon the plow. Love you then and I love you now, Reuben James. Reuben James, one dark cloudy day we brought you from the field. To your lonely pine box came a preacher and me in the rain that sang one last refrain for Reuben James. Reuben James, still walk furrowed field of my mind. Faded shirt, weathered brow, callous hand upon the plow. Loved you then and I love you now. Reuben James, Reuben James. Still walk the furrowed field of my mind. Faded shirt, the weathered brow, callous hand upon the plow. Love you then and I love you now. Reuben James. There was a cowboy that went riding out on a trail one day, and he came upon a cow that had died in calf birth, and the little calf was still alive. So the cowboy picked up the little calf and he took him home to his wife. This is a true story. Took him home to his wife, and his wife raised the cow. He was a little bull. Raised him up. She named him Sancho, and this is her story. He was a longhorn born on the open range, an orphan on his own, left to making his own way, no place to call his home. He was almost breathing his last breath when the cowboy heard him cry. Picked him up and took him home. He became Maria's pride. Maria nursed him back to health, raised him up in style. Oh, she made him sweet tamales, treated him just like her child. With love, she named him Sancho. She reminded her of home. Now he had a family in his never be alone. All the folks in Esperanza still remember him today. The almost human longhorn, Sancho was his name. When he was 3 years old, Sancho got thrown in with the herd. They were headed for Wyoming. Slaughter was the word. 3 times he broke loose and dreamed of Maria and his home. 3 times he got taken back and his hope was almost gone. They were one day out of Wyoming. The trail was at an end when lightning broke a stampede and he was gone again. They tried but never found him, and when they headed home to ride, guess who they found in Esperanza by Maria's side? All the folks in Esperanza still remember him today. The almost human longhorn, Sancho was his name. Well, there never was a longhorn so loving, tried and true. Just goes to show the finer points of what real love can do. If we could all just know the touch of sweet Maria's heart, love that has no boundaries would have a place to start. All the folks in Esperanza still remember him today. The almost human longhorn, Sancho was his name. All the folks in Esperanza still remember him today. The almost human longhorn, Sancho was his name. Yeah. And I grew up with, we had Angus cows, my uncle did. My uncle let me work for him sometimes. And I had a horse named Prince. I was on that horse almost every day. And I just remember, also, we had a Poland China pig. A Poland China pig. It was a brand of pig, Poland China. And she was big. And she had 18 piglets. And she had no milk. Now, guess who got to feed those 18 piglets? And I only lost 4 of them. And the veterinarian said, well, you did a really good job if you only lost 4. But I would make them milk every day and feed them. And when I sing that song about Sancho, I think about how I knew almost every one of those cows' names. I named them all. And they were friends of mine. And they had moods like cats or dogs, or they do. They have moods like any other animal does. I just grew to love them, each one. And it's like when I raised those pigs and my dad wanted to have some hams and sausage. I didn't, not with Henry, and not with Joyce, not with Joanne. I would name, because I knew them all. But then I went off to college, and I got back and they were all gone. My dad said, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what happened to him.
He'll tell you.
Lord have mercy. I don't know how many of you have been to the place where you didn't know whether you were going to make it another day or not. I know we all get to that place where we get down on the mouth. And some people think harder than others. I got to that place one time, and it wasn't long after, I guess, my mother died when I got to that place. And I carried that with me for a long time. And one of the songs that I had a friend of mine say, well, you just need to go out to the desert, Santa Fe. Go out to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and go to the desert. Go out and go to sleep in the desert at sunset, and just wait and see what happens. I thought, well, that's an odd idea. I think I'll do that. I always liked odd ideas. Anyway, I got out there in the desert and laid down. And I slept that night. I slept really well. And at sunrise, I looked up in a tree, and there was 3 ravens sitting in that tree. They were real close to me, like they weren't scared of me at all. And I thought, that's why I'm here. I had a sweet adobe dream. It was sunrise on a mesa. 3 ravens sat like kings in a pinyon, and the sky was a wonder to my eyes. As I stood in awe of this picture God was painting, umber red and rose vermilion, I felt suddenly so small. And I wished that I could fly. If I could fly, these canyon walls sail on by like heaven's hall. No vision could escape my eyes, no heights too high to climb. If I could fly. So I wished I was a raven sitting in a pinyon tree. I would watch this awesome sunrise. I would fly so high and free. I would dance across the sky. If I could fly, these canyon walls sail on by like heaven's hall. No vision could escape my eyes, no heights too high to climb. If I could fly. And then a raven said to me, "You're luckier than I. You can see what I can't see. You can fly where I can't fly. For you have wings inside your mind. And you can fly. These canyon walls sail on by like heaven's hall. No vision can escape your eyes, no heights too high to climb. You can fly. Hey, I can fly. These canyon walls sail on by like heaven's hall. No vision can escape my eyes, no heights too high to climb. I can fly.
I think that Randy wants to take a break.
Yes.
Intermission,
Sell some CDs.
also known as bathroom time.
What are we doing?
Intermission.
I don't wanna quit.
Intermission.
Fine!